Hello everybody, my 2PM here. Today we're going to transform Queen Elsa into this beautiful magical fairy. So let's get started. I have a magic clip Queen Elsa here. I'm going to take the dress off and use some ribbon. This is some white ribbon and it's the type of ribbon that has a wire on each side, and I'm going to use that wire to make the ruffle. If you have ribbon without that wire, you can use a needle and thread to make the ruffle. And I'm going to apply some hot glue to the bottom of the dress and then glue the ruffle all the way around. Once you complete going all the way around, cut that ruffle to size and fold it inwards and glue it together. Now for the bottom of the dress, we don't need to keep the dress separate with the halves of the dress, only toward the top. There you have it. The ruffle is all around the dress. It makes it look nice already. Now I have some gold glittery ribbon and we're going to work on the top of the dress. I'm going to cut a small piece of the ribbon, put glue all over it, and then push it down on the front of the dress. Now for the top of the dress, we do have to keep the two halves separate so that we can open it to dress Elsa. Cut around the outline of the dress just to make the top. Once that's done, I'm going to do the same for the back piece. Just like that, you have a beautiful top on a magic clip dress. The next step is to take some of that same glittery ribbon, and this one doesn't have the wire, so I'm taking a needle and thread to add some ruffle, and that's going to be the next ruffle of the skirt. We're going to follow the same process. Add glue to the dress and glue the ruffle. Now it's time to do the very top layer, so we're going to go right around the waist and add one more ruffle of that original blue ribbon. There it is. And now because we're getting toward the top of the dress, we do have to pay attention not to lock the two halves together. So we're going to cut it to size, fold it in a little bit, put the glue on each side of the dress, and then push it in. Again, we want to be able to open it so that Princess Elsa can get dressed. And here she comes, and she slides right in, and look at that, just like that, nice and easy. She has a nice, beautiful gown. Now we're going to work on the wings, and I have some sketches that I got off of the internet. I'm not going to make the exact wing, I'm just going to use it for size and shape. I also have some straight cut hot fix fibers and some fantasy film. So I'm going to place some parchment paper on top of the wing drawing. I'm going to put the fantasy film on top. And I'm going to cut some wire to set up the frame of the wings. So I'm just cutting the pieces, different sizes, but doing them 2 by 2, so I do each wing the same. laying it on top of the sketch. And the next step is to take some glue. I'm using Elmer's glue. We just want to rub the glue on the underside of the wire and place it right on top of that fantasy film and just glue the wire to the film. Repeat that process to each piece of wire. Now I take the fiber and I'm going to start decorating right over the wire. I'm going to start with the dark purple. You can mix and match colors. I'm going to do that with this one. And just decorate however you see fit. I'm going to use a little bit of gold now. Put it just on top like that. And try to do the same effect on each side. Here's a light blue. Dark blue, just a little touch. And now I'm going to give it one little scoop of hot pink. I'm going to put some parchment paper on top. And I'm going to weigh it down because now we need to wait for the glue to dry. Once the glue dries, remove everything and use an iron in low heat setting, which is most likely the silk setting, and just go over the wings. This will fuse the fibers together into one piece. Once done, cut around the wing. Doesn't need to be precise, you just need to get the shape. Now it's time to finish it, and for this section you definitely need adult supervision. We're taking a flame. If you have a heat gun, you can do that. I'm using a flame, but nothing is touching the wing. We're just using the heat of the wing, and the fiber and film start shrinking right away and changing colors. Again, the flame is not touching anything. I'm going to get a little heat in the middle of the wing to crack it and break it because I think that gives it a very mystical look. Repeat the process until you're happy with how your wing looks. And now we're going to do the next one. It's hard to tell on the video, but the flame is not touching anything. We're just utilizing the heat. Here are the two wings, and I think I like them just like that. I'm just going to bend them a little bit to give it some dimension. And I'm going to test it on Elsa, and this is just how it will look like. I'm going to bend it a little more, maybe even flip it around to see what I like better. Okay, we're ready to glue it. I'm going to apply some hot glue to the back of Elsa and position the wings where you want them. Secure it a little more with glue and then hold them in place until the glue settles. And here we have beautiful, magical Queen Elsa as a fairy. How gorgeous is that, and how easy it was to make. Look at that dress. It sparkles everywhere. She's stunning. It's now a good time to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. And don't forget to watch Ariel the Fairy we've already worked on. Well guys, thanks for watching my 2 p.m. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We'll see you next time. Make it fun!